Hey, soul survivors, feel free to ask anything, join in at any time. We're going to talk about the narcissistic collapse and also the black and white thinking of the narcissist, especially during discard, because that's when, during that devaluation and discard stage, there's almost no communication with the narcissist. And um, it can be quite frustrating. There is Samantha. Hey, sissy. How's it going today? How was your day? I had a good day. I was teaching online, talked about body language and tone of voice, also why we should shower. So if you guys want your kids to know about that, I teach on Outschool. So hopefully you had a good day. Mine was okay, a little emotional, but it was all right. But definitely needing a break. So I got a couple people in the chat room. There is Nathan joining us, and good. I'm glad to hear that you're doing okay. So hopefully this later time is working for you guys on the weekends, and we'll be doing 6 p.m. or so. Monday, I'm not sure what time I'll do. But Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week, I'll be doing 6 p.m. and then Fridays are later at night. So Sam says, "Ma, Nathan, lots of love. Thank you for that thumbs up. That really gives me some motivation. Definitely appreciated." But the black and white thinking is either the narcissist thinks you're all good or all bad. So no matter what you do, depending on where you are in that, usually during the love bombing stage, they think you're perfect. Everything is wonderful. Once you get into that devaluation stage, I'm sure you guys can relate to where it's almost impossible to talk to them. Nathan says, "Hey, my girl Sam, Cynthia, I'm giving you your first thumbs up tonight." And I appreciate Ooh, I got two. You guys are making me happy. It definitely does. It helps with the algorithm. And it's so interesting. I posted one, I can't remember what it was. It's like 1,600 views within an hour. And then others get like three. So it really does make a difference. Lily is here saying hi to me, Sam, and Nathan. And have you guys dealt with that? Sam gave me one too. Thank you. Oh, I got four. That's a good day. I like that. Thank you. And it just helps expand the channel, gets more people to support us, and a bunch of online friends. It's kind of nice. I look forward to this. Um, so everybody's saying hi. Yes, I see that thumbs up, Lily. John, you perfect. This was me. Hey, everyone. Thank you guys so much for that. So with that black and white thinking, I think you guys can kind of relate to that, to where everything's perfect or everything's crappy. And after the discard, that's why they do that smear campaign, because they've lost all, um, I don't know, positive feelings, to where they often want revenge. They don't want to take accountability. They want to turn it all on you. And the relationship is just so toxic. And when you love someone, you try to work through things. You hurt when they're hurting, but because of their lack of empathy, is so crazy. Sam says, "Hey, John, the whole group is here, just about. Yay! Yeah, we got a good group going. So you guys have been nice and loyal too. That's definitely not narcissistic. It's nice having some loyalty." So John's saying hi to everybody. Feel free to let me know if you guys have questions or tell me about your day, or just interact with each other. I love that. So we did get rid of some negativity in the chat room. Last night was a little bit crazy. We caught on to that pretty quick. It's like all of a sudden we're like, yeah, especially when he said hey to Lily. Like, I know who that is. Um, yeah, and yeah, there's a lot of negativity in the world. And I'm a little concerned though about the way things are going. We do need to set our boundaries, but I don't know what's about to happen, because this whole new wave of things that are going on is basically, if somebody upsets you one time, set your boundary. And it was interesting last night. Definitely it was interesting. Instantly, I'm like, well, it took me like, I don't know, 20 seconds, but I'm like, I know who this is. And then he said, hey to you. And I'm like, I'm not dumb. But we gave him a chance, you know. Um, so two down, hopefully no more to go. Uh, you're welcome. Yeah, he was pretty negative, and I do take into account that sometimes we're sensitive, or um emotional about things, and he was a little too negative. And that's okay being negative about the person you are with or were with, but when we're attacking our community that we built, um, and we can't correct it. I want a safe environment for you guys. So there is negativity because of the abuse that we've been through, but not when people are trying to help us. And I'm here to moderate, kind of correct some things. And if they're not willing to correct it, um, he didn't identify himself, did he? He went under a different name and reached out to you. I don't think he said, "Hey, it's JG." So, I know Mayor's struggling right now. Um, you know, uh, Mental health issues really make a difference. He was sin negative. SIN positive and Cynthia negative. So, no. Um, that's the thing. I was trying to figure him out because that Eric guy we knew was probably a narcissist. His stuff didn't even make sense. I don't even know if that's a narcissist or uh, something more than that. I was watching episodes of schizophrenic behavior. Uh, Guys, what did you see? What did he do? Retract it, Lily? You said yes, he did. Y'all saw? Y'all. And uh, some are just for like the Eric guy was all about confusion. I don't even know if his story was true. I think it was. He had some animosity for me because of mistaken identity. It was team some themselves is what it was. It was themselves is what it was. And Samantha says he was just constantly being offensive and biting at people, being friendly. Yeah, and we gave him some chances. Yes, he came back with a different name themselves. That's what it was. Yeah, it was definitely themselves. Um, it's sad though because he wanted to be a part of the group. There is Vassal. Greetings, Cynthia. You are shining like a star. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. So feel free to give me a thumbs up. John says I noticed the name change. Yeah, and it was just the timing too. Like he could have played it a little cooler, came back the next day, and not mentioned Lily, but you know. It's like I've never seen that name, and you're gonna reach out, and it was themselves. But, interesting name, themselves. I don't know why he picked that name. Samantha says you're Sam. Um, so, the black and white thinking can be quite devastating because if you love someone, he did say his initials. I don't remember that. That was dumb. Just like the narcissist will tell on themselves. Did he rea That's crazy. Um, what was up with you and him? Did you guys contact each other by email? And so Sam says he did. I didn't see that. Sometimes you guys retract stuff. So Nathan's saying, "What's up, Basil?" Um, and the black and white thinking can be quite devastating because usually with colorful thinking, you see the good and bad in people. None of us are perfect, but with I'll call it colorful thinking, you have some grace with it. And um, Lily, the reason I ask you that is I've been studying more and more about that Idaho killer, and he reached out to one of the girls many times. He followed all three, but I think he followed the other 2 to see what the main one was doing because they all live together, and, of course, if one posts, it's likely they're all gonna have a house party together or whatever. But, just, how he, took rejection from somebody he didn't even know and took it personally to a point where it stirred up inside him so much that he sought revenge. And, that's the hardest part for me to understand is like if I piss you off, you might have a beef with me, but somebody you've never met and you have a beef with them, it's like, what is going on? So you don't, my email, but yeah, you don't know. He wanted to communicate with you a lot, Lily. I think he had a little crush on you. Um, he was, yeah. There's, and it was funny. It was interesting too because he kind of stirred things up with you. There's a bunch of us in chat at one time, and there's something about you, Lily. He was kind to you, and then he was kind of sassy with you. He was hypersensitive, um, and just wanted to run away. Like it, it is indicative of more going on. So Lily's sick pup, that Idaho guy. Yeah, it is so sad. And that's where society scares me. If I do you wrong, I really don't want you to kill me, but you know, if I did you, if I'm the target, there was at least something that happened. But it gets really scary when nothing happened. She didn't have to reply to him. Also, from I'm um, growing, but I'm not the biggest channel out there. I'm still able to manage the comments. I try to comment on everybody. But if I was a lot bigger, I don't know how big her channel on Instagram was because they did take it down, but I don't know how big she was. Um, and mine's more informational, but I haven't seen her site, so I don't know if it's just beautiful woman. A lot of guys like to comment on that. You're sexy. I don't know what her, if it was just friend pictures or modeling kind of pictures, but it gets to a point you can't get back to everybody. And so you kind of weed through, and he was probably starting to creep her out by over reaching out to her. And the, um, I don't know, it makes you sick, you know, uh, yeah. And I'm starting to wonder if all three were a target and the guy was just collateral damage. I don't think the guy was dating the target. I could be wrong. Basil says the malignant narcissist never really changes. He just gets weaker as he ages, which gives him less energy and power to hurt others. Another reason is because their reputation with people gets worse. Yeah, a lot of times, especially if they don't move around a lot, people start catching on to them. Especially the malignant ones. There's all different kinds of narcissists. Some go undetected, some cover it up pretty well, play the victim. So not everybody catches on. They start feeling sorry for them and they get more attention. But the malignant ones, often mess up quite a bit. So Nathan says it started with me and him because he was asking Sam whether we were talking it out. And when I said, "Well, Sam, you don't have to explain yourself," that's when he said, "None of your business." And yeah, I get it. I get it. He wanted to control the situation. Uh, I don't know. He should have let a couple things go. And, you know, Sam says, yes, when he said that, that was way out of line and unnecessary. Seemed like JG, was asking for trouble. He was. He was trying to stir the pot. A lot of times, I'm not going to say he was a narcissist. I don't know that much about him. I couldn't get a feel for him. He was unveiling. We were starting to see him as who he was. Definitely hurt. He didn't want to express things. Um, and was willing to run away. He had some trauma somewhere. He did have some trauma. Samantha says yes when he said that. He was asking for trouble, for attention, I think. And it's interesting when you try to give him attention, like, hey, what's going on? Like Lily did that. She honestly has a caring heart. She's a little more straightforward. People have a hard time sometimes with somebody being straightforward, and she tries to explain herself like, "Look, I am honestly concerned about you." It's just a different personality, which is nothing wrong with that. Especially when somebody explains it, you're like, "Okay, I understand. You're not being, um, you know." But it was a trigger somehow. somehow that was a trigger for him. And that's the thing too with narcissists or people with mental illness or low self-esteem. There's a lot of triggers. And that's why I wanted to talk about the black and white thinking. The discard from the narcissist is a lot of it's trauma based. And we start going through trauma. I did a video today where um be careful. Be careful dealing with a narcissist because it's going to turn us into being toxic ourselves. Whether we're not going to want to communicate with our family, we make up excuses. There's Dixie Doo walking by. She had some. I made pork steak today. Not that it's my favorite, but I finally cooked some food. That's my emergency food, and I'm out of my salad, so I didn't feel like going to the store today. So I had pork steak today. Um, so she got the bones and some meat from that. Um, but when it's trauma based, the whole thing falls apart. It just does. And, you know, uh, we get blindsided and it's also something we don't know exactly how to control, so when you're blindsided, you think about it, if you're driving, you're gonna like swerve and try to. Sometimes we overcompensate, and that can cause some collateral damage too. And what's crazy is like our narcissists, a lot of times they know the answer. They don't communicate, and it's like we overcompensate, and um, the things just fall apart. Um, Lily says, I'm straightforward in writing, but in person with friends, coworkers, I'm not as blunt, for lack of a better word. Lily, I'm trying to remember what your career is. Who was the nurse? You were the court reporter? I'm trying to remember. I know in nursing school, you learned how to be concise and direct. Otherwise, your care plans, you had to write and write and write. So there's some shortcuts you learn. And also, yeah. Law school, you try to be wordy sometimes, and then, yeah. I know my nursing school, there's times I get more direct with things. Being a teacher too, I've learned dealing with narcissists is a lot like dealing with children, and you have to talk different to them. It's not necessarily a way I like to talk. I really don't like talking the way that you have to. Um So, thinking about that, we I, oh, it's so crazy how it changes, and it can change over the slightest thing. It is like the kids at school. You say sit down, and you can't use that pencil, hand it to me, and all of a sudden they hate you. Um Court reporter, 25 years, and now behavior therapist with autistic kids. Okay. When you're a court reporter, you got to just do word for whatever they say. So you learn shorthand, I believe, but it's not necessarily cutting down on words because you got to be pretty precise on what the person says. And as a court reporter, I'm sure you can verify that the reason that they have to do it word for word and not just the gist of it is pretty much every word really makes a difference that we say. Tone of voice, and it's interesting just seeing what people say, um, certain word choices that they use. You 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 can almost unveil what the story is. So Bassel says parental guidance is important to raise awareness and provide protection for kids. Many narcs were abused and abandoned from a young age, which develops a feeling of revenge within them towards humans. Exactly. Perfectly put, Basil. Um, because they were either, left to do whatever, um, or they just don't know how to cope. They throw their little fits or get what they want, or it's like a spoiled child, and they grow up being that way. Lily says, yeah, I remember the substitute. You taught court reporting adjunct for lots of years, night school. Good for you. I was a adjunct professor for criminal law. So made really good hourly, but when you only teach 3 hours a week, it doesn't matter how good the hourly was. It was really good hourly. But that was also 72 miles away from home. So I drove like 140 44 miles a day for 3 days a week, so I probably spent most of it in, gas money. But, um and that's the thing too, like, was that the smartest thing for me to do? It looks good on my resume, but, the time put in and, with the gas and wear and tear on your car and the preparation that you don't get paid for, was it worth it? It did help with my resume, but with our narcissist, it's almost like we're doing things like that to where we're going above and beyond and it's depleting us. So if it was right in town, I would have made pretty good money as far as the 3 hours. But since I put in so much and it took so much from me, what was the worth of it? And we got to think about that too. In a healthy relationship, you put things in and it's worth it, the give and take. And it's not always going to turn out right, but we have a lot taken from us. And in the end, we look back, just like I look back at my paycheck, where it's like I put in how much, how many hours. It wasn't 3 hours a week. It was, I don't even know what that would be. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, like 10 hours of driving for 3 hours worth of work. You look at your paycheck and subtract the gas, and then you subtract, hourly for what you put in uh, prep time and grading. And sometimes that's why we feel left empty because, you know, uh, it is staying um, fulfilling us. We'll put it that way. So I couldn't sustain a life with being that college professor. Um, and can we sustain the life that we have with our person? Lily says steno is another language, but the reason we can write, not called typing, speeds, I know, sorry, stenography, speeds of 250 words per minute is because we can write phrases like, what is your name in one stroke? Can knock out multiple words. Yes, and I thought about court reporting, and I know that, but I don't know exactly how they do that. How many keys are there? Because I know they could do that, but that's interesting. I wonder how many keys are on that keyboard. Um, it's sort of, it is sort of like shorthand, and I have seen it, but I can't remember. That was like 40 years ago that I saw it. It was interesting though. It was pretty impressive. But yeah, times change too. It's not as uh, I don't know, with all the voice to text and things like that. Um, so Lily, you're gonna tell me your favorite job. Uh, but the discard phase always happens and it goes in cycles. Let me say this, the discard phase, well, it kind of does. It kind of is where there's emotional disconnection to where they're not going to listen to what you have to say. So when you're trying to communicate, that's when we start getting scared because we feel that disconnection. So if you're still interested in your person, that's when you try really hard. That also pushes them away. But if it was a loving relationship, it should work. It should work out. They should care about what you're saying. They should be afraid of losing you as well. They should feel the disconnect as opposed to an entitlement. Um, it's a very interesting dynamic. They often will go with empathetic people, and there's a reason for it because we put up with their crap. And going into it, during that love bombing stage, we don't see. It's only 20. Lelia says tiny bit as far as phrases, 26 keys. So there's 26 phrase keys. And then I think you guys do a shorthand on top of that, maybe leave out vowels, or I don't remember what you do. Um, uh, it's interesting seeing shorthand as well. But have you guys, let me see, Leela says, but we stroke a lot hitting the cracks of keys. It's like a fascinating theory and the brilliance of the keyboard. I can talk forever about court reporting, so I'll stop. The cracks of keys. So in between is what I'm thinking you're saying. That's so cool. That's so cool. I grew up on those old-fashioned typewriters, and the little hammers. Um, and what was the deal? I read something that they purposely I've seen two different things where they purposely scrambled it up. I think it was to kind of slow down the typing is what I heard so the keys don't clash with each other, but others said that it was, to kind of make it quicker. I don't know. But I remember having a couple where they hit at the same time because you're going too fast. Um, that was fun. I like the old fashioned ones. Those are kind of cool. So, how's everybody in your healing journey? Feel free to let me know if you have any questions or comments about things that have been going on that I know, like with Mare, she's really struggling, and we have to be our own best friend. She's really struggling, but she kind of shuts down some help. Uh, you know, um, that even I get it. She's really going through some trauma. But when things get really bad, it's up to us. It is up to us to take care of ourselves. There's not always somebody who's going to bail us out. And Calibri, howdy, howdy, all the way from Seattle, from rainy Seattle. I hope everyone is doing well. It's raining there, huh? It's kind of crummy here. It rained a little bit, but it's at least a little warm. Nathan says, Cynthia, you should do a motivational speech going different places talking about narcissism. I would love to. So help me grow this channel. Give me that thumbs up. And in a year, I'll do that unless it grows super quick. 5,000 subscribers, and I'll go ahead and do that. I will come to whoever's town who comments and wants it, as long as I have 5,000. I'd love to do that. I would love to do that. Um, and I think that's kind of necessary. I was watching today about the suicide rate, the suicide hotline, which is now 988 in America. And our country code is +1. So I don't know if you can still reach free help by just hitting that +1. It might cost you for your phone call. That's our country code, but such an increase, and people are really struggling. They were surprised. I think it was a 40% increase since the outrolling of the 988 because it's easier to remember. But it's always been a free call, and all of a sudden now, 40% increase. Kalibri says, yes, I just cooked a scrumptious chicken pot pie. Ooh, soup. Chicken pot pie soup. Oh, is that like the yummies without the crust, or is there some kind of crust, like how people put crackers in it? That sounds good. John says, I just said, no, I'm sad. I just had my pork steak with, what did I put? What's it called? Lowry's. Super easy. I was teaching online and it's still a little bit frozen. Hit 350, taught my 25-minute class, and it was done when I was done with my class. It was one of, like, I don't have time to prep. I have 5 minutes in between classes. So John says, I'm doing pretty good. Just finished up on some projects, FX shorts and apartment stuff. Good for you. I finally, Nathan, put my Christmas tree away. I took it down a while ago and I hid it from you, Nate. It was like right over there for like a week. I've been just way behind schedule. So good. I'm glad you're doing good, John. Basil says to hold any responsibility for their action is the last thing that they do. At the end, their own darkness will be their demise as they are left with nobody significant, with no more energy to abuse anyone. And that's a good point as far as the nobody significant. If the person's not significant to you, they're not going to help you, or at least consistently help you. And it's a sad cycle that they go through unless they have lots of money or sexual abilities. Not that everybody's after that, but when they run out of their tools, their looks, all those kind of things, that it if they're not willing to apologize, because we all make mistakes, but if we can apologize, try to make things right, but they don't want to do that. And they also do that crazy making stuff. Yes, Lily, you guys are definitely my promoters. That would be awesome. Maybe you guys can run a concession and we can have pretzels and cheese. That's what I'm craving right now. Sam says, yes, Cynthia, you can do it. Your channel is growing. So exciting. Yeah, I would love that. So anybody who's watching, if you want to help subscribe and 5,000 and I'll start setting something up. But you guys got to promise to be there. Maybe we'll do like a spring break type thing where we can all meet up and as long as there's 10 people in the audience, I'll feel like I at least had a good start. If 6 people show up, I'll cry. Nathan says, Cynthia, did you? No, I didn't. That's why I had pork steak. I want a salad. Did you get your foods that you want? It, yeah, I'll let you know. Last time I went, I spent $100. $100 for 4 bags of groceries, and they weren't even stuffed full. One was a thing of dog. Well, what did I get? I got dog food, treats, and then just not that much. So, no, I have to do that tomorrow. Calibri says, yes, it's all the yummies. No crust. Oh, that's good. I just used the roast chicken that I got from Costco the other day. The soup with mushrooms, celery, and squash. Oh my gosh. Sounds good. And Melissa is here joining us. Good to see you. She says hi to everyone. Nathan says, Cynthia, do you think based on what I've told you about my particular story that my ex narcissist is going to try to hoover again? Not for a while. Not for a while. And don't take that personally as far as your worth. Um, she's doing what she's doing. And I don't know. Maybe if they have a fight or maybe if they break up. But um, she might, if she needs, either money or help with a tire, she gets a flat tire. But I think at this point where she is, she's in in the midst of her new supply. Not necessarily that she's happy with that person, but that's what she's doing. She is living with him. So let me know if I'm wrong. Valentine's Day is just a couple days away. Um, yeah, Nathan, I know it's hard. And I want to ask you, well, wait, was it Nathan? Nathan, did you block her? You did block her. Do you guys live close by? Because it's, Lily says, how much higher can things go? Going to movies tomorrow with your daughter and another mom friend and her kid. Wonder how much. Oh, how much are movies now? Yeah. How much are movies? Lily says hi to Melissa. Sam says, I'll be there, Cynthia. Yeah, we got to do that. We'll do it upright too if we do it. We will do it. Positive thinking. That's what I want. That's what I want. Help me out, guys. I'm a teacher. I have summers off. I also have different breaks that I can do things. And I'd love to go full time. Lily says that sounds good, Calibri. Nathan says, hey, Calibri. John says, hey to Melissa. And also Calibri. Calibri says, hey, back to everybody. Look at all this love that we have. I love it. And so Melissa's asking how you guys are doing. Sounds like a lot of us have had pretty good days lately. And I'm hoping the support here is really helpful. But, in all reality, a lot of us still struggle. Do you guys have that anxiety where it's hard to feel settled, even when you're having good days or um, some kind of intrusive thoughts? So those are normal. It's good to do exercise power over our minds. Lily's given a good thumbs up. I love that. Lots of good days. That makes me happy. Melissa, how are you? We want to know how you are too. Calibri and John, any apartment drama? Welcome to the soap opera. So Nathan, yeah, as far as your question, it's hard to say. Will she hoover again? There's my guess 50% chance. That's just my guess, but some of us will take that as hurtful, you know, that we didn't get that Hoover. You've had several from her, there is something that she sees special, but we have to wonder why we want them to do that. Is it for validation on who we are as a person? You know, yes, Nathan says, and B, at once you become famous. Don't Natey Nate, you guys are gonna come with me. We're gonna build this together. You guys are gonna be on my Soul Survivor t-shirts, holding up some pom poms. It's gonna be an awesome design. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll get my core 5 people and we'll make a t-shirt. Why not, right? Basil says, Cynthia, you reminded me that some narcs would go as far as to do plastic surgery. That goes terribly wrong. Then start brainwashing their own selves, saying they are the most beautiful. Um, there's some delusion out there. I was supposed to have plastic surgery and I couldn't because I had an infection, and it was kind of crazy. Like, I like my chest. They're perfect, but they're small, like an A cup. Um, and so they couldn't uh do the surgery, but they already had my money. I was supposed to have surgery that day. And the doctor was like, "Oh, I can give you a boob job." And I'm like, I kind of took offense to it because I never asked for that. And, it's like kind of an insult. Like, they're perfect, to be honest with you. They're just a little smaller. Um, and yeah, it was all about keeping my money. But yeah, some of the plastic surgery, some women unfortunately feel that they have to have a large chest. And it's sad that you know, they feel like they're not going to be loved or they're not going to be seen as sexy. I'll tell you what, after I had my daughter, I went from an A to a D cup and I hated it because, like, I got nice long arms. I can reach anything, I can hold anything, but those get in the way. You also can't sleep on your stomach. I can still run on the beach. Nathan says, yes, and be at once you become famous. Don't forget about us. I'm not forgetting about you. Uh, and like a lot of celebrities seem like that. They do that, Basil. And yeah, the thing is like it's never good enough. It's almost like an addiction that happens. Just like some people with tattoos, they get addicted to it. I don't have any tattoos. If you guys have any, comment below. Let me know. But you get a high off of it. Like, is it an adrenaline rush? Because a lot of times too, that's why we got addicted to our person is that adrenaline rush. And Sam says today was rough, but it was solidified what I know I must do. I'm much stronger in my mind now and ready because I see the effect of the kids. Stops now. What happened? What happened? If you don't mind sharing, you don't have to. Lily says he's off on weekends, Sam. Nathan says hi to Melissa. Nathan says, yes, we do. I just got that feeling she may try at some point. She might. Um, I don't see her rushing to it at this time. Um, you know, she's got her boy toy right now, so as far as that, she's got that kind of attention. Yeah, Sam says, Lily, yes, but he is not around me, which is good. And that's so nice that you can spend some time with us. How are you able to do it? Do you have like headphones like I do so they can't really hear what's going on? Nathan says the movie Megan is good. I don't know if you guys seen it, but it's a really, really good movie. Um, how does Megan spell her name? Meghan Markle. Is that how she spells it? I can't remember. Is that what it's about? Meghan Markle? Or is it something different? Kalibi says, as long as you don't get your lips inflated and wear those scary spider thick lashes. Don't tell me what to do. um, yeah, and those can go wrong. Those can definitely go wrong. Lily says, like Britney Spears had a nose job. The pinch look in her original was so nice. I think she's really pretty. And yeah, she didn't need anything done. Lily says, I think Megan movie is scary. I don't know what the Megan movie is. John says things here have died down a lot since housing authority got more involved. We recently had a director change and she's trying to make our complex safer. That's good. I was an apartment manager for a while. And it really does make a difference who's managing. So as long as you have a good manager and they take care of things, that's fantastic. Good news. You're seeing Puss in Boots tomorrow. Ooh, yay. Is that at the high school or is that like a show somewhere? Uh, somebody, was it you, Lily, that said the movies? Is there a movie Puss in Boots out right now? Because I know it can be done as a play. Samantha says, oh, goodness. You guys are typing and typing. Feel free to keep doing that. You do have Bluetooth and good. Sam says she may try to just keep a foot in the door and the controlling nature of the narc has nothing to do with you, Nathan. You're a very handsome man, very sexy model. Oh, guys, he's gorgeous. I'll tell you what, Sam, he's mine. Girl fight. That's really sweet. Nathan, I haven't seen a picture of you. What's up with that? Basil says, I must say you do have a vibrant smile. Thank you. And an angelic personality. Uh, or pers look, I don't know what that means. I don't look at people through their bodies. So I think personality, angelic. Thank you. Nathan says, no, this is just out of curiosity. I don't care. I don't because I blocked her. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Like she might, but if you blocked her, I don't want to try to come over my house based on your expertise. Well, you're the one who also said it though. Like I regret I went 6 months and then broke the contact and yeah, an interaction with her and it's not appreciated. It's just not appreciated. So John says I saw clips from the Megan movie Robot Child Gone Mad. Oh, huh. Interesting. So Sam is playing it safe with that Bluetooth earplugs. Do they have a microphone with it too? I need to get that because I know I click with my can't sit still. Lily says my daughter at 16 still likes those kind of movies at the theater. I didn't know that. Is that a cartoon, anime? What kind of or CGI? What's it called? What kind of way did they display it? Is it people? So that's cool that your kid still likes that. Kalibi says it's just us guy like us guys wishing it was longer and thicker. Somewhat uncomfortable when one gets to my age. Um, yeah, and that's the thing. Like I used to have guys like, dude, I am 10 inches. I'm like, dude, like that's too much. Like I don't want that. Like you're turning me off when you're trying to turn me on, scaring me away. So just be happy with you guys. Whatever you guys are is totally fine. Nathan says, Cynthia, you be bigger than Lee Hammock. I'm Ben Taylor. Well, I'm taller. 6'1". I don't know about Lee. I wonder how tall Lee is. I think I'm taller than Ben. I hope so. That'd be great. That'd be great. Basil says looks can start fading. Hey now, not mine. But that's the truth though. Um, you're right, and it's a sad reality. Basil says looks can start fading, but personality is what lasts, and that is the real attraction in people. Yeah, and I think that's why I'm still able to survive because I'm starting to feel like I'm getting older. Lily says looks sure do fade. Um, Probably animation for Puss in Boots. That's cool. And I'm trying to figure out as far as Lee Hammock and Ben Taylor, they have some good information. I have some good information. There's other people that do too. That there's something about them that they are uh, super popular. What is it that they're doing? I know Ben from Raw Motivations. He puts out a lot of videos. I think it's like an obsession. They are pretty big. At least I see them popping up all over my feed. They're self-aware narcissists, both of them. Ben had cheated 5 times on his wife, broke up for I think 6 months. They got back together, and then Lee cheated as well. I don't know how many times, but he's a self-aware narcissist. He's also a twin. I haven't figured out if what his brother's story is. He's never confirmed either way if his brother is a narcissist. I'm thinking not, but he's either not replying out of respect for his brother or narcissists don't like to answer questions. So, um, but he also is like a model, a realtor. Basil says, but not you, Cynthia. You're beautiful inside out, in my honest opinion. Thank you so much. or in my opinion. Kalibi says, yes, Ben, I've watched before. I don't think they're going to get better. I still get triggered from his views and actions. Huh. What is it about him? He presents in an odd way. Lee kind of has the comfort talk. Ben, um, I don't know. I don't know. And he charges high dollar. So there's something just I don't know. And I'm not saying any of his advice is bad, but I wonder how happy his marriage is because he's putting out so much content. And I spoke before, and I think it was Ben's wife who he had on where one of the two, it was either Lee or Ben, and I think it was her that seemed uncomfortable. But he also has his wife doing like the counsel lost for words uh like a support type person, and she gets 30 bucks an hour, but he's charging like 145 or something like that. So he's not valuing her anywhere near, like it's not like she gets 60 and he gets 90. Like they charge 30 for her session. Yes, send it to my email. No, the doll movie, Megan, I don't know that. Calibri says, I know. Ben tries to mask his real persona. There's something about it. Um, it's yeah, he changes just a little bit where he's all business, and then there's like an all-knowing type sense about him. Just something a little like 5%, 5 to 10% off. Like you can't really see it with Lee. Cluster B, I like her because she'll shoot the shit. She'll tell you what it is, um, and she does her at least. Her advice tries to help us, and she gets frustrated when we don't take her advice because she's right. But how is she going to act around her friends? She's still having problems with her uh, people she dates. I told you too with the self-aware, um, nameless narcissist. That one time I was like, "Fuck!" Like he got so mad he like hit his own camera. So they still struggle. They still struggle, and we struggle too. We still cry. We still cry. Um, and a lot of our struggles come from our self esteem. It was cut down so much that we do have to build ourselves up. Um, you know, uh, I feel real bad for Mare where she seems really stuck. I don't want us to get stuck. I want her to break free. And it is okay to cry. It is okay to cry. Thank goodness. I'll tell you what I did when I was growing up. My grandma said that women live longer because, women do tend to cry more. Part of that is it's more socially acceptable. And there is Judy checking in late, but always welcome. Good to have you here. We're having a great conversation. Feel free to comment or just listen. Dog Defenders. Speaking of crying, hey. Hi to Judy, says Sam. And yeah, good to have you here. So I was saying that, how women live longer. And my grandma was saying it's because women cry. So as a child, I took that literally. So I forced myself to cry all the time. Like I stressed myself out. Um, and it's supposed to, we relieve our stress. So that's why we're living longer, is according to the theory. But I stressed myself out trying to cry so much that wonder what my life expectancy is. So yeah, Judy says, hey, Basil says healthy ways to cope from lifelong PTSD are through nutrition, exercise, and nature is definitely one of my favorites. Meditation and medical pressure point therapy. And that doesn't mean like smashing your head in. Medical pressure point physical therapy sessions. That could be, there's something with acupressure and the different pressures. Definitely. Samantha says, Dog Defender, my friend. Dog Defender. Yes, hit that thumbs up, please. Dog, we were talking about as soon as I get 5,000 subscribers, you're one of the gang. We're going to try to do some conventions. That would be cool. I I had this one video about chicken nuggets today, and it was one video. I got like so many subscribers. It's a Chick-fil-A nugget, and I gave a nugget information on our narcissists. But it's interesting to see what people are searching for. So, guys, if you're searching for something, let me know. I can do videos on it, address it here, and uh-oh. Oh goodness, I'm gonna need a new cord. Guess what I'm getting tomorrow? Can you guys see that? So if I don't electrocute myself and I'm still alive for tomorrow. Sam says, "Hey, Dog Defender, Basil, healthy ways to cope." You are correct. And thank you, Dog Defender. That does help with the algorithm when you guys hit that thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can get notified of our live chats. I try to do it daily. John says, "Hey, Dog Defender, what's up?" And you like the nugget one? Cool. I almost didn't post it, but I'm like, no, it's true. I'm doing it. So Nathan says, check your costume email real quick. I sent you a picture of myself. Uh-oh. Basil says it's basically yoga and massage. Do you guys like the hot yoga or just the regular yoga? I hear hot yoga is kind of cool. I don't know if that's what I would like, but oh, are you kidding? Is that you? You're catfishing me. You're like gorgeous. This is my new boyfriend. They didn't see it. Is that really you? Holy smokes. Good looking. How tall are you? You're tall too. And in Michigan. So, nice picture. Um, let's talk about that for a minute. Dog Defender says, "Hey, John, long day. How are you?" Basil using natural and herbal oils. John says, "Not bad. Hanging out with my pet gang and making dinner." Lily says, "I would probably keel over in hot yoga." That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if that'd be comfortable for me. Uh, like I've been in the like saunas and like the dry saunas and then also the wet ones. I had a house. It was kind of cool. I had my own sauna and I went in a couple times, but like I'm gonna die in here. It was good in the winter though, but um yeah, I bought this place. They redid it. They had a jacuzzi. It was indoors. It was like a portable, like a large portable one in a bedroom. And I couldn't take it with me because it wouldn't fit out the door. They built the place around it. Or I think they assembled it inside the room. So that kind of sucked. That would have been nice to take. Um, Basil says using natural and herbal oils. They do say different oils and scents can really soothe. I'm not too sure if I'm too into that, if that really works. They say lavender, certain things can help you sleep. To me, it's if it's for relaxation, it's a stimulant to me. Um, I don't know if it would help me sleep. I don't think so. John says, not bad hanging out with my pet gang and making dinner. What you making for dinner? Leela says, I would probably keel over in hot yoga. Sam says, I know, right? He is amazing. And he's mine. You all howling. I'm just teasing. Dog Defender says, not hot yoga for me. Loving. What is goat yoga? What's, we have a goat with you? What is goat yoga? Sam says Cynthia did the giggle. My Nathan, LOL. What were you guys talking about? My giggle. Dog says Cynthia, you are blushing. He's cute. He's very cute. Leah says I would be kissing on the goat the whole time. Huh. Okay. Does goat stand for something else? Uh, that stands for something. What does that stand for? Uh, kind of like boss man. What does goat mean? That means something. Kind of like LOL means something. I did not blush. It's just it is hot in here though, to be honest with you. But yeah, I did blush. Um, Nathan says my Sam sent my pic to Cynthia. Kalibi says meditation. At first I thought it was medication. Meditation and chamomile tea helps you relax. I've heard that. I don't know. I think I tried it like 1 or 2 times and it didn't work, but I didn't really try it. It might have helped too. Sometimes we can't tell exactly. You can sometimes tell when things work when you don't have it. Like you do it for a while and then you don't have it. What do you guys think about melatonin? That didn't seem to help me either. Like nothing helps. Um, so So yeah, some people do swear by it though. Basil says some people mention hot and cold therapy. Oh, I would hate that. You dip in ice cold water, then go to the jacuzzi immediately after it. I guess that can be invigorating and soothing, I guess. I hate being cold. That's the only thing. Like I hate it. It's torture to me. I've had so many broken bones. I'm like, nah, I'll deal with the swelling, which is not smart. Yeah, he is. And I'll say incredibly gorgeous too. Yes. So, Lily with literally goats on your back, real goats. Holy smokes, that would be fun. I don't know if it would relax me, but I'd want to do that. Really, I don't know if I'll do the downward dog, but um, interesting. Dog says room with yoga students with goats roaming. That's so insane. Sam says makes your heart skip a beat. Nope, 2 beats. Lily says, well, stands for greatest. Okay, of all time. See, I knew it stood something, so is that what are you talking but is it like, you guys are confusing me. Is it really, the greatest of all time? But it's real goats? Dog defender taking away that message. That's alright, I'll keep secrets from you too. Just kidding. Sam says, "Yes, chamomile tea is really helpful." Basil says, "I need to join a gym. I need motivation. Staying at home makes me feel lazy." Yeah, that's a thing, that, it takes like 30 days, 28 to 30 days to get something to become a habit. So you just have to be motivated, sometimes keep track of it so you can visually see your progress. And eventually, it takes time. Eventually, you'll see progress in your body. And then that can be some motivation as well. But getting started can be hard sometimes. Defender says Kobe Bryant is the GOAT, greatest of all time. Yeah, it like stuck. I'm like, I heard that before. Yeah, he was good. It's a sad story. It is real goats. That's insane. Judy says, I love putting on my YouTube videos like the sounds of rain, waves, and sound. I do that at school. For those of you who don't know, I'm an elementary school teacher. And yeah, there's, sometimes we have like the fireplace up, or I like the nature. I like the nature, whether it's waves crashing or a trickling stream or just the sounds. I used to fall asleep my first one, that I was with, he had this really nice, sounds in nature, and I loved falling to sleep to it. And it was nice, peaceful, birds chirping or whatever the heck was going on. You hear the trickle of the water, and all of a sudden they had loons. Oh, like, as soon as it was like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes in, and you just hear the loons, the birds, the duckies, uh, making all this sound. And it's just real quick, but it's enough to wake you up. But it was a perfect audio except for just that one part. It really did make you feel like you're out in nature. And that's something too. Sometimes, some white noise like that can help you fall asleep. Dog says, I work out by running stairs, walking dogs, walking out to videos, and weighted hula hooping. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Huh. Is that what that big ball is that everybody's doing now? Is that what the waiting hula hooping is? Nathan says yes. Lily says gyms are great for people watching, especially mine when I'm doing the incumbent bike. Nathan's 6'2", and I can wear my heels around him. My little heels. Basil says communities motivate you more than doing something else. You're right. And I think we should have the guys wear the heels. Actually, I like wearing heels. I do like wearing heels. Um, Dog Defender says he crashed near where I live. You actually heard the helicopter crash. Thought it was an earthquake. That's really sad. Did they were they lost off radar, or they couldn't communicate? There was something about the communication. And Dog says Basil depends on the persons. Yeah, it has to be a good community. Sometimes they had something that seemed kind of cool. out in one of the parking lots. This was during COVID. What's it called? Drumming. Drumming seems kind of cool. They had these big balls and drumming on the balls and stuff, but they did it outside and it looked kind of nice as long as you don't care that your neighbors driving through the neighborhood see ya. Lily says there is some YouTube fitness models at my gym filming. So much fun to watch. Huh. And Dog Defender knows I'm a teacher, so she corrected her spelling. You don't have to go to the office now. I don't have to call home. Kaliri says I would be the devil's advocate here with all the sad, sad stories of some people. Should we be taken advantage of by an emotional cry? I understand this is another form of narcissism. Let me reread that again. Uh, should we be taken advantage of by an emotional cry? Oh, we can be, I'm so sorry I cheated. I didn't know what I was doing and I was drunk and, they can be emotional. That's where we have to really think it through, you know, that are they sincere in what they're saying? Are they taking accountability? Are they trying to find excuses? Will they change? Or even just the emotional cry, like, I can't pay my electric, and they can. Or yeah, it kinda sucks too where, you help them out with something, then they get a new leather jacket, and it's like, I thought and, yeah. People can be taken advantage of by the emotional cry. And that's why the narcissist sometimes gets so irritated when we cry because they know it can be a manipulation tactic. So when we cry, they think we're manipulating them instead of just releasing our frustrations. Thank you for that thumbs up. You guys are fantastic. I was great with hula hoop. Have to get one. Yeah, those would be fun. Basil says, I did that when I was a gym teacher. It was fun doing that during class, except the kid ones are kind of small. Basil says to Dog Defender, as an introvert myself, I agree, but being too alone for too long is not the healthy, since human nature is to socialize. We are social beings after all and need stimulus. We do. That's why so many people had such a hard time during COVID is because we couldn't socialize. And, like I said, they just had that 988 suicide prevention mental health hotline, and they see a 40% increase in that. And that somebody else gave me a thumbs up. I see that and I appreciate it. Um, yeah, and that's where Mayor's having some problems too. And I bring her up because in case she watches this, I know she needs some help. Feeling isolated. A lot of us too in our relationships. The narcissist had us isolated. And when we're out on our own after the discard or after we leave, we're like, now what? And we also could have some trust issues. So building new friendships can be difficult. And Basil says, I'm sorry, Lily says, oh, wow, dogs, so sad. Um, it's true. Yeah. Kalibi says, I am just trying to take a look at some sad stories with an objective set of glasses, not to be taken advantage of. And we can become hyper vigilant too, to where sometimes we might be dismissive, like, come on, you're just pulling my chain. Um, but be careful of that. That's kind of what the narcissist does, where we're like, they don't believe us because they think, you know, um, yeah, it gets difficult. And that's why I did that one post about, that we can become toxic too, you know? Um, oh, okay. Uh, greatest of all time. Yes, definitely. Dog Defender says weighted hula hoop is a regular hoop filled with sand or other to make it heavier. Huh. Mine has like 3 beads so you can hear shh, shh. It adds weight. I have one in my basement. I do have one in my basement. We could maybe do that. I'll do a hula hoop YouTube live chat. Goat. Greatest of all time. Wait, what? Wait, what? Lily says, right, can probably get a sporting goods store because the lightweight ones suck. Oh, at a sporting goods store. Yeah, the lightweight one. I bet you it'd be easier with a little extra weight. I would think. John says, "True, Basil. I am usually comfortable alone, but do socialize with people." Yeah, and that's where it's healthy. You're comfortable alone, but don't become a hermit. Because we are social animals. And Kalibi says that's another way how narcs get their supply, either positive or negative. Dog says, "Do you mean if we are crying, does someone take advantage of us, or assuming we are genuine, they are?" Um, I'll let Calibri answer that. Oh, I think he means that where um, they're utilizing it as a manipulation tool. But I think Dog is saying if we're crying, I don't know, I just broke up with my boyfriend, and then they think, yeah, I can have sex with you. You're easy. So I'll let Kalibi expand on that. Basil says, "Dog defender. Oh, I misunderstood you in a way. Yes, it depends on who you socialize with, as it's better to be alone than around toxic people, in my opinion." And rather not say, you'd rather not say I'm beautiful. I'll take it. You're sweet. Thank you. Welcome to the channel. Good to have you here. Feel free to join in. Um, Idaho is a lie. Idaho? Did I do a video on that? I don't know. Are you talking about the Idaho murders? It's interesting that you said that. What do you mean by that, rather? Um, Dog says, "Cynthia, you have to watch this video later. A PhD was discussing the Idaho 4 case, and she is fascinating." So you are talking about that, rather, that what Dog's saying. Do you know who it was? I'd love to watch it. Uh, and why do you think it's a lie? Rather, I'm not saying you're right or wrong. I'm just asking why you believe it's a lie. Dog says, "I am social in many ways, but can easily be alone to work out." Yeah, there's certain things I don't mind. Um, I can go ice skating with someone, or I can do it alone. I love it either way. I'll go to the beach by myself. I did that this summer. It's like you can't always have somebody go with you, especially as a teacher. We're pretty lucky. We have the summers off. Not everybody has their days free. Um, and yeah, you just get, you know, and when you can find things like that you're happy doing by yourself, usually works out too, where you meet people. I met some people, and it's a small world. The people that I met like knew other friends that I had. It's kind of cool. Basil, Basil is just about to read it. It disappeared. John says, "I was hanging out with a friend just the other day." Good. That's good. Yeah, get out there, and it can be uplifting if we're with the right people. Basil says the narc may also exhibit bipolar traits, extreme highs and lows, rapid speech and thoughts. That's very true too. There's also comorbidities, and that's why it's so hard to diagnose sometimes. I was reading something on the Amber Heard Johnny Depp thing, and they kind of tore apart the therapist, that psychologist that did her Amber Heard's analysis. The purpose was supposed to be, did she suffer emotional abuse or PTSD from Johnny Depp? And they went in to diagnose what her disorder was. You got to be careful too. Sometimes you go in there and it's almost like they're going to give you a diagnosis, whether you deserve one or not. Now she's got some stuff going on, but they were saying, as far as the PTSD, they dealt with military people, also males. Um, Men and women do process things usually differently, not always, but so her control group that she was compared to were male and soldiers, which is way different than a princess. So, they did what standardized tests, and I don't know. I don't know. They did. I read it today, but they're kind of like, I don't know if I agree with that, but um, I didn't do the test either. So Amber Heard was not a narcissist, according to the psychologist. She was histrionic and borderline. So borderline and narcissism can be pretty close, um, because they how they get their triggers and fulfillment. So Good for you, John. And yeah, Basil. And there are several traits that can be similar. Lily says, yes, ex-narc was so moody, sickening. Daughter and me ignored him, didn't give him the attention he wanted. And that's when it all goes south. It does. They don't want to grow up. They don't want to listen. They don't want to conform to societal rules. Rules are set in place. So things can kind of go smoothly. When we have 7 billion people in this world, we got to have some rules. Kalibi says, what I'm trying to say is check the person out, the crier, before we funnel in any kind of care package. I don't mean to sound cold. Yeah, that's true. Um, they can sit there and say, I lost my house, lost my car, I lost this, lost that. All I need is $1,000 to get by. And do they need it or are they scamming you? So yeah, good job, Kalibi. I agree with that. We have to be careful. Dog says I didn't have issues with solitary during COVID because I was recovering from cancer and multiple surgeries. Oh, sweetheart. Did not want to get sick and I felt so awful anyway. So hopefully you're healed from that. I'm sure that's pretty hard to go through. I know my mom went through breast cancer. Cancer's no joke. So hopefully you're doing good. Yeah, there's times when I'm sick too, it's like I just wanna be left alone. I've been in the hospital many times. I I'm not one I need visitors. My mom, she's still in the hospital, till February 2nd at least, and she likes the visitors. Me, I'm like, "Nah, you don't have to." And I don't mind it if you stop by, but yeah, um, it doesn't bother me if people don't. It's always nice to have phone calls too, though. Uh Leila says, "Me too. I enjoy my own company," and that's good. That's really good. You can watch whatever you want on TV. We talked about the Doritos yesterday. Have Doritos. Dog says, "Rather nutsy. Are you a conspiracy theorist?" Oh, so rather, I didn't see your reply. Rather not say. Rather not say. Lily says, "Me too. I enjoy." So I think that's a typo. Lily says, "Happy recovered dog." So, um, yeah, me too. Kalibi says, "Checking the crier's credentials. If the crier's sad story is legit and the crier is legit before we funnel in any kind of help." I know it's hard to do this. And we have to be careful too. There's so many scams out there too. Also with the internet, you can download fake files. And I told you my second narcissist proved he filed for divorce. And I'm like, there's no docket number on that. And it was fake. He went to great lengths to keep me, but or to not lose me, but not great keeps to keep me, or however you want to word it. Dog says, "Thank you, still in the fight of my life, just not in the shock like the beginning." Oh, dog. Um, gosh. So you're gonna make it. Positive attitude and that can help too, and making sure that you take care of yourself. And so Calibri, I understand the dog says, I understand this thinking and why. I'm very sensitive and feel deeply. However, I'm also extremely intuitive usually. So emotional things I feel whether they are genuine. Sometimes, yeah, we can have like an intuition. Lily says, "Gosh, dog, thinking about you, and I'll be praying for you too." Dog says, "I was in the hospital during COVID. Oh, it was brutal. I bet." Were you in the during the beginning? It seems like COVID is transitioning into not quite as fatal, I guess. I have a cousin that died from it. He was only 30 years old, did have some comorbidities, but that was back in April, right after it started, so just end of April, he passed of 2020. Lily says, "I bet." Dog says, "I'm a fighter, so thank you. I'm still fighting, just worried about the scans. I have a great cancer group and support groups. People who can understand can really make a difference." And you're awesome. Yeah, definitely. Lily's thankful for all the love that we're giving her. Uh, or are you saying that dog is awesome for being so strong? Who are you saying that to? That she's a fighter? Yeah. And that's natural to feel worried. It is natural. Um, but you just got to keep fighting through it. Yes, dog is awesome. At first, I was like, yeah, I think that's what you're talking about. Um, yeah, we get a big round of applause, as we say in school. Round of applause. So, guys, I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna take a super quick bathroom break. But go ahead and type. I'm gonna be right back. That way you can see my butt as I walk. I'll be right back. I'm back. Sorry. Yeah, coffee all day. So yes, talk amongst yourselves. Just do what you gotta do. At least I'm honest. Yeah. Now you know I'm a real human being. I'm not an AI. Is that what it's called? AI, artificial intelligence. Um, so thank you for that. Dog says it was pretty bad. Codes all day long. Uh, like coding, like at the hospital type code blue. They have code Dr. Hart or Dr. Hart, and it just depends on which hospital. They'll do different things. I know one hospital, Dr. Hart, is actually like a heart attack. Samantha's sending some prayers and love and also some applause, some definite support. Dog says, thanks, Samantha. Go ahead, talk amongst yourselves. You're so cute. Samantha, the following commercial. Yes, the following commercial break is brought to you by Charmin toilet paper. Lily says we all need a pee break. I have to make my bed. Yes, because I've been doing that daily. Have you guys give me a thumbs up for doing that quickly? So, Narcs Anonymous. There you go. You guys are adorable. And Samantha says that was the most fast. See, I'm a teacher. Like I literally have 2 minutes in between. So I have to get from my classroom to the bathroom and back within like a minute and a half because it takes time. So yes, I'm super quick. Basil says one of a narc's child passes away. They feel a sense of relief from financial. Sometimes that's deep though, but that, yeah. Um, yeah, if their child or somebody passes away, they do feel a sense of relief sometimes. Not all, not all. Some can be devastated, but they can feel a relief from financial and social responsibilities towards them. And a sense of accomplishment arises as they reach their end goal of finishing them. Um, and what do you mean by finishing them? That they had something to do with it, or just a, a relief? And Crazy Bear says, you all are crazy. Hey, John. No, we're not crazy. You're Crazy Bear. You got it confused. You missed the bathroom break. You missed the pee break. Good to have you here. So feel free to hit that like button. Crazy Bear retracted it. Oh, all these secrets, guys. I'm going to start retracting some of my words. Am I able to do that? But I love that we have a fantastic support group. Yes, people dying on the floor above me and all nurses running. My friend in ICU was on the edge. That must have been horrible. My sister is a nurse practitioner and way overwhelmed. She works in a urgent care facility, but yeah, um, they were that was scary with the lack of ventilators. And they started learning too that people did better laying on their stomach when they were on a ventilator. At first I thought it was like a spoof or a fake meme or something, but yeah, it's actually they learned that they did better on their stomachs. And the hospital that my mom was in, she had COVID. But they said like in the last year and a half, they hadn't had anybody in the ICU for COVID. Of course, my mom, but her COVID, which was December 10th of just a month and a half ago, uh, wasn't really the main issue. Her COVID was pretty decent. Like It was not bad. She didn't really run a fever. I had it like the month before. Um, I think I had it twice and it didn't seem as bad. I still had the fevers and stuff though. Dog says, um, you don't understand Basil. There are some narcissists that are so selfish that I, I don't know if you, yeah, I'm not quite exactly sure as far as the full statement. I think what Basil's saying is that there's a relief after the child is gone, so they can go do what they want. They don't have to put their money towards the kid. You say it's reality when you've been given no choice but to live with them. I seen it happening in front of my eyes. It's traumatizing to say the least. I think she didn't quite understand your full statement. Have you seen that, or do you mean? Um, well, you did say see you saw it happening in front of your eyes, but when you say finishing them, that part got a little. Um, as they reach their end goal of finishing them. So did they kill the person? Is that what you're saying? Because that's what it sounds like based on your words. So yeah, dog, it was a terrible time. Crazy Bear says, I look prettier with two eyes. Well, thank you. Um, thank you. Yeah, I did that one video with one eye. Well, thank you. I'll try to keep two eyes daily. I know you. Who was it? Was it Nathan? No, I think it was Brian. Did not. It was Brian. Did not like me when I did me with a guy filter. And you guys are awesome on those thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, the nurses were really taking a hit. Body bags all day. It's not what anyone was used to. Yeah, they had so many people dying, and they had storage units that had to be brought in. Some ice uh, trucks, like refrigerated trucks. It was terrible. Uh, so Sam says, I remember that, yes, on the stomachs to allow their lungs to breathe in the most amount of air, as opposed to being in the laying down position. Lily says, because they have no empathy. Yeah. And we have to remember that some do. Some have learned empathy where they just know what they're supposed to socially do, and others do kind of have a little empathy, but there's some have very little. Now, psychopaths have no empathy, so there could be a smidge of empathy. Dog says it sounds personal without enough data. Yeah, I agree. Nathan says, "Oh, I thought you would. I thought you would, but that's not as bad as when had as long as you couldn't hear me, Pete. I had my microphone from school, and like I said, I have like 2 minutes. So it's really a minute and a half at a time to get out. So I had the class lined up. The teacher comes to get them, and I have to run to the bathroom. And I forgot to turn off the microphone. Luckily, they couldn't hear me pee, but they heard the toilet flush, and they started laughing at me. So that teacher always reminds me, turn off your microphone. Oh, Nathan, you had to tell me that. At least you know I'm human. Now I'm blushing again. Crazy Bear says yes, rolling, folding in and out, dead. Um, you, you don't all have to laugh at me. So, Crazy Bear, don't be so silly. You're silly. Um, what? What? So we got quite a few people in here. Guys, go ahead and tell me if there's any issues that you'd like to talk about, because a lot of us are still in the healing process. But we have a great group of people supporting each other. And some of you just like to listen. That's okay too. Um, but it is a healing process. And, just like you were saying, going to the gym, it does make you feel better. But sometimes we give up on that, when we know what's best for us, and we can do that too with uh, our healing journey. Sometimes it takes effort. And Lily says, I put cups over them and slide paper underneath and put them outside. Did a lizard today that got in the house. Ooh, oh my gosh. Samantha says, did you journal, Cynthia, while you were going through it all? There are times I thought about writing letters. As far as custody battle stuff, I did, but no. Yeah, I did a video on how paper can be quite powerful. It was a shorts video, and it can be. It can be. I'm not good with pros and cons. Uh, should I stay? Should I call them? Should I, whatever? Um, it pros and cons because I can always counteract it, and it stresses me out because I'm always thinking, if this happens, but then this happens, but what if this happens, which counteracts this, and yeah, that'll drive me crazy. Um, but as far as documenting things when I needed to, I did. Some people, writing out your thoughts can be helpful. Kind of address or let yourself know this is what happened today. I woke up late and I realized I'm more emotional, or I skipped breakfast and I'm more emotional. Whatever the things are, you can start seeing your patterns. So for me, I did a lot of sewing. So that was what I needed. Everybody's different. Journaling has been very helpful to keep people on track. Oh, so Lily, I can't believe you had to do that. Plastic cups. Yes. I have like napkins ready in case I have a spider. My spider bites better. I told you guys I was bit by a brown recluse. Kalibi says, how do you feel about throwing back the gaslighting to the narc? Let them have a taste of their own sickness. Just be careful. Just be careful. I know you said you did that yesterday. You mentioned that, but we have to be careful, that they're going to get pissed off at us. And are they going to take revenge on us? Or are they just going to gaslight more? Sometimes they might feed into it. Like, yeah, I'm pissing them off. I can tell I'm pissing them off. So I just won't even interact. Is it necessary? I know you said, sometimes it feels good, kind of give them a taste of their own medicine, but it's giving them the wrong medicine. So Calibri, I could give you birth control. It's not the kind of medicine you need. It's not going to help you. It's not going to change you because you're a guy. So yeah, it's medicine. It's not the right kind, and it's not going to make a difference. You give the right kind of medicine to the right people, it'll make a difference. But it's not the medicine that's going to change them. So I hope that's a good analogy. John says, my girlfriend once found 6 baby mice in a drawer full of yarn. You brought that up. I wound up raising them. So you were probably happy. That's probably why you want somebody who's a knitter. I won't date a girl unless she knows how to knit or crochet because I want my mice. So that's sweet. So you took on 6 mice. Lily says, but it will backfire because they're double jeopardy gaslight. LOL. That's what I think, Calibri. Same with Lily is, yeah, they're going to come back at you. Oh, somebody took away my like. Who took away my like? Girls have feelings too. Put it back. Did I say something? I think it's crazy. No, Crazy Bear, I don't think you were in time. Who changed their mind? Or maybe somebody gave me no, that doesn't work. It doesn't. Oh, I'm so sad. That's okay. I'll be strong. I have to go now. Basil says, by finishing them, I mean they were target practice, of which they finished reflection, their negativities on. So their task is done, and they don't kill directly. They do it all psychologically. So yeah, there is a type of death that we go through. Yeah, an emotional death, basically, where they're changing us and we're not the same person. Target practice, I get what you're saying. And yeah, it's just, sometimes I don't think, in all honesty, that they set out. Some do. Some will set out to destroy, but others, they just are crappy. And like I said, there's, different. Now I lost the word too in my head yesterday. Scale, a different scale of how narcissistic people are, and some just are like little children that they'll either throw a fit or just be entitled. And others, that's more the like dark triad where they're going to be sadistic or premeditating. Uh, when they're sadistic, they enjoy the pain of others. Um, and then narcissism is a lot. They just don't even really recognize the hurt that they're causing, or sometimes they do, but they don't understand it. So they think we're acting or being dramatic. Basso says the malignant narcissist tries to make a person reach a point of no return, then put the blame on them by saying something like, "You put yourself in the air. I just kick away the chair." Yeah. And yeah, they'll justify their actions. And it's like, what do you, oh, you are playing with me. Must be Crazy Bear. Crazy Bear is that you taking and giving me my thumbs up. The algorithm's probably like, push a video, don't push it, push a video, don't push it. That's all right. You like playing with me, but at the end of the video, you better give it back. Don't be a narcissist. So yeah, the sadistic one. Yeah, they get a kick out of that to the extreme. Kalibi says, if I don't mix in some humor in my interactions with Narc, I'd go crazy. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I know where you're coming from. Just be careful though. You're playing with fire. So they do make you feel like you're going crazy. And have you decided what you're going to do next time you see him? Are you going to tell him that you don't want to talk, or just be cordial and short answers, or just, yeah, you said it was 20 years you've been going on with this stuff. I think that can be exhausting, especially if it's people you don't want to be in a relationship. It's not like a, lover that, or husband, wife that you want to be with. It's like, where is this coming from? So yes, Samantha, sewing was my therapy. It was also my business, but it definitely helped. It was worked out perfect. And I don't know, just be careful with that. Because there's different breeds. Everybody has different triggers, and we don't always know what those triggers are. It's playing with fire. But I get what you're saying. So the difference between a narcissist and a sadistic narcissist is the sadist actually really enjoys they seek causing pain for pleasure. The narcissist may cause pain, but it's not necessarily for pleasure. Sadistic narc craves that pain. Kalibi says, I'm sorry, I've decided just to play it cool. Display a poker face, smile, say hi, and bye, and close my door. Yeah, that's probably the best way. That's what I would do. Lily says evil. Yeah, the sadistic ones. Yeah, that's scary. And the more cases I'm coming across, it's scary how many husband, wives, or even just lovers, regardless if gay or whatever people are, that the people who should love you the most, there are a lot of murders. And it blows your mind. And like parents too, some of the abuse. Kalibi says, yes, I've seen evil on the malignant narc's face when he displayed his rage. Yeah. Did you see the black eyes? The black eyes are caused by that adrenaline rush. But some people were saying that they saw the actual whites of the eye go completely black. I haven't seen that, but I did tell you that one lady, I did some more research on her I'm trying to find out, her eyes just look black. And I don't know if that's just her eye color. Trying to figure it out. Because she looks kind of a different face, her hair's a little darker, but she kind of looks like my complexion. So it's not like she's of nationality or ethnicity that would give her black looking eyes. Kaliwi says it completely morphed his face and black eyes. So you saw the black eyes. Yeah, that rage. Yeah, that, I did a chameleon video from a Japanese English as second language people, and how the chameleon will puff up, and it's kind of like, you know, a morphation. Is that a new word? I think this is the second word I've created during our live chats. A morphation. Morphation, where they morph. Kalibi says just a completely different scary person and didn't look like him. And that gets scary too, though, because at first you're like, whoa, who is this person? As far as personality, then you're like, they look completely different too. So, can be quite scary. And I think Nathan, you want to come on tomorrow night and do a live chat with me? Kind of join me. You're in Michigan. Sam, you can come here too. We can do it. You can come into my living room. Wouldn't that be cool? Just have a little hangout. But yeah, the black eyes can be extremely scary. I did a video on that with the scientific reasons behind it. That would be cool. So I got candy. You guys want some candy? Little girl, would you like some candy? I'm bribing you. That's why my neighbor kids come over, because they say they want to walk Dixie. Where is Dixie? But I think they just want candy. Oh, I forgot. I got to buy ice cream. They want ice cream. You'll make lasagna. Oh, that would be awesome. I'll make a salad. You already knew that. You make the, oh, yes. Oh, oh my gosh. That sounds so good. And I'll make the salad to go with it. Nathan, you're bringing the bread. Basil says, I'm sorry for sounding so negative. It's just the reality I live in. Keeps me in a bubble sometimes, and I feel grief of my loss. But I try to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And Basil, that's good that you're able to reflect on that, because sometimes we do get negative, and that's completely normal. But what I want you to try to do is focus on the positives, put the negative thoughts out and focus on the positives. So you can either be thankful. I did a video where it was like, think of it as it was a vacation when you were with your narcissist. During that love bombing stage, it was like a vacation. It wasn't real. Just like I could go see Lily in Florida, and it's a moment in time. It's a moment in time that I really enjoy. But, if I stayed at her house and came back home, I don't live with her. I don't have, her close by all the time. And probably should have picked a guy, but to say that. But, just be thankful the times that were good, and try to set the negative stuff free. It's hard to do. And just, realize you're in a better place now, where our hearts hurt, but our future's ahead of us. And it's scary because we don't know exactly what's going to happen, but we can take control over it. We can take some control over where it's going. So Sam says that's a perfect pair, pasta and salad. Exactly. Kalibi says, when I was cleaning the undersides of my shoes one time, the malignant narc asked me why I was using holy water. That sort of made me think. Evil people are offended by rosaries, holy water, Catholic altars. Huh. That's interesting. So Lily says you can put him on FaceTime with you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's not that far away. He can drive here. Yes, but yeah. Yep. Yeah, they don't necessarily like religion. That's for sure. And that's an interesting statement, though. And sometimes, people with some people just have off-color jokes, but you wonder where that comes from. Do they go to church? And are you Catholic? Like, we don't really talk that much about holy water. So Kalibi says narcs think they are gods and do not believe in our creator. And you'll see that too, that they believe they're their own god, in a sense, to where they can control everything and everything's going to get better. And if it doesn't get better, they'll just create a new story. They keep saying that the narcissist is the creator of their story. They just, yeah, I kind of had a feeling you were Catholic, and they are kind of attacking your Catholicism. Because I don't think people would say that as much too, like Protestant or. Isn't that interesting? I picked up that you were Catholic based on that statement. Basil, really appreciate good listeners. I have a good friend that I vent to sometimes about life's problems. He doesn't have a degree, but I could have sworn he would have been a therapist. Sometimes people know life better than therapists. There are some great therapists out there, but there's also some whacks. John says, here's a star for everyone. Nice shining light. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, sometimes we need something to brighten our day. And we have a really good group here. A lot of support, a lot of support. And Kalibi says, I remember the female narc put down a professor of theology one time. That was the first time I heard her put down someone. Huh. Well, do you know what he was talking about? And how did she put him down? Just saying that he was stupid or something? So I know we got a good group of people. Feel free to kind of interact with us. And Lily, when spring break comes, maybe I can come see you and we could do a, a nice little FaceTime with you too. Oh, that he was clueless. Yeah, that they like doing that too. That they feel that they're superior to experts. You know, I like when Ben Shapiro shoots people down. You guys, he's I and also Jordan Peterson too has a way of doing that to where people attack them, and they just come back with the right thing to say, especially Ben Shapiro. I like listening to how he turns things around. It's pretty interesting. Kalibi says, and she put down a beautiful woman and smeared her name as a loud one whenever her boyfriend is visiting. Yeah, and they sometimes out of jealousy will try to destroy anything good that anybody else has going on for them. Basil says, Cynthia, for some reason I can't remove a comment here. I don't know why. Which one is it? I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can remove it. I don't want to remove you. I don't think that you said anything wrong, but if there's something you want me to try to remove, if anybody else can help, why she can't remove. How do you guys remove a comment? Some of you are really good at that. Even though it helps with my algorithm. No, I'm just kidding. Can somebody tell her how to do that? I'm not sure how to remove it. Have you done it before, Basil? I think you did, didn't you? Maybe there's a limit. Help her out, guys. How does she remove a comment? So Sam is like, oh my goodness. Kalibi, also she put down, yeah, they'll do more than one person. She put down a manager who she claims being stupid. Why the hell the larger company hired her? Yeah, so they'll continue doing it. And that's a person, in an upper position too. Lila says that would be great. Doing a little Zoom chat from the beach. Kalibi says, Boca Raton. Kalibi says, go to the right. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? If you need to remove your comment, you can go to the right of your comment and you'll be given an option to remove it. There should be some, that's what I thought, what is it? Kind of scroll over with your mouse, your cursor, I should say. There should be 3 dots. Click on those 3 dots on the right-hand side of the comment, and then you can drop down. So Dog Defender just retracted, so Dog Defender knows how. And I hope I didn't, are most on iPad. I'm on phone. Samantha says you touch the words on the screen and hold it there for a second till you see remove and you click it. So there's some different ways. Maybe you can let them know if you still can't remove it. Kaliwi says there'll be 3 dots. Leila says tap it, I think. So Sam's on an Android like I have. Dog says hit the 3 dots. It will pick either edit or delete. So that's one nice thing is, wouldn't that be nice if we could do that in life? I just removed it to rewrite it. Oh, lots of love. I'm not being cranky. I'm just, that's okay. That's okay. I probably would do the same thing. That sounds like my personality. I would do that. Like, oops, don't want to say it that way. You're on the iPhone. Okay. And I think, you know, it's crazy how lucky we are now that we have, hold on, that we have so many more ways to communicate with each other. We have email, we have text, we have cell phones, and we're getting worse at communicating. You know, people, we have our phones on ourselves 24/7, and people don't like to call each other. They'd rather text, and then people don't text back, and the connections with people aren't as deep. So Lily says, me too, my beloved Samsung. Sorry, iPhone lovers, but not me. And Dog's on the iPhone. Dog says, delete people. Bye bye, narcs. Yep. Yep. That's one thing that we can do. Yeah. We can delete them on our old rotary phones. If you guys are from the 70s when I was born, we had those nice little rotary phones. There's no delete or block button. Didn't have caller ID, all that good stuff. Kalibi says it's good to have that option in our lives. You know what? I'm going to delete, erase, exile. Sam says, Lily, me too. We can do Google Duo then. Oh, I got to figure out how. I want to do a podcast. I need to. You have Duo. Yeah. I think maybe you said Google. YouTube has Duo, don't they? I don't know how that, if it goes live where you can see the chat as well. Basil says, Cynthia, I wanted to ask you how privatized are one-on-one therapy session conversations in general. What are the limits of what you can and cannot talk about? Can some stuff get you in trouble? It's completely confidential, completely confidential. So, yeah, just don't kill anybody. But yeah, it's just like any other therapy session, same restraints. So, but they are Zoom calls, and I don't mind doing it over the phone, things like that too. But they are quite helpful. I have done some of those. I have half-hour and hour-long sessions. So, Khalid, if you're interested, let me know. And look at that little face, like, ooh, ooh. Is everything okay to talk about? And that's the thing, though, is sometimes, you know, getting everything out in the open does help. You know, because sometimes, like with the narcissist, if they hide things, they're not getting true advice on what the issue is. They're getting advice based on half the information, and so it's half effective. Kalibi says, I think Facebook has a video option. Yeah, and I'm wondering, I don't know, you guys haven't signed up for my Facebook. I have a Facebook. And Kalibi says, just make the Facebook limited to our members. Well, we're going to grow. We're going to have that big convention. Sam says, I have Zoom, Google Duo. Lily says, JG in the house. Yeah, so you have to behave. Basil, do some therapist offices have different set of rules? Basically, my understanding is if it's something like you killed someone, I think there are certain things. I'll have to double check. Yeah, it's usually, maybe if it's like to prevent a murder, I think they have to. alert. And there was a case I know of where, uh, somebody said that they had it in in the plans and had it all worked out on what they were going to do. But if you're struggling with certain things, so they should have the same set of rules. And of course, too, there might be some religious ones who don't want to deal with infidelity. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But they can have restrictions. But it's usually it's pretty much you can talk about anything. So feel free to set something up because I think you got something going on that is hard to talk to with people. So if you'd like to set that up, let me know. Twitter has spaces. I do not trust Facebook. Spaces for, I'm not sure. I don't really use Twitter. I never quite understood it. I have Twitter. When I had my costume business, I tweeted, but I never read it, never knew where it went. So Dog says duty to report crimes and danger to self and others. Yeah, that's my understanding too. JG says, Lily, in real life, you'd never qualified to be around me. All right, peace out. I warned you. Sorry, buddy. Lots of love. Sorry, we don't, we've told you. Ay, ay, ay. And it's not clicking. Hold on, guys. Okay. So sorry about that. Deleted his messages and he's going to be to talk as a group. Okay. And yeah, I took him out. Who was peace out? JG. Because he was just being hateful again. I removed him yesterday, gave him warnings, several, and he kept being negative and out of line. So yeah, he just started attacking Lily again. So I wasn't going to tolerate it. And as soon as I saw his name, I warned him. So he had his warning. And this time I hid him from the channel. So I don't think he can come back. I removed him yesterday. Today I hid him from the channel. So Sam says, sorry, Lily, that was not so right of him to say, but true. It was JG. Yeah, watch the replay. It was JG. Do you know who JG is? It was weird because it seemed like he really liked Lily and at other times he didn't. And so Twitter Spaces is for group chat. Is there a way to record that though? Because I'd like to record it and have people on the channel. And I don't like kicking people out, but I'm going to protect my own. He was welcome, but yeah, he was rude. So I said no, true. Freaking autocorrect. Not true. Jeez, Lily. So yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. And like I told Nathan, you still here? That, I'll give people a chance just because, we are hurting. And as long as, we can correct things like that. I can block. I didn't see that option. I saw hide him from the channel. So I didn't see the block option. And when I'm in the middle of a chat, it's kind of hard to see everything. He was just, it was kind of, I think Lily's a big girl. I don't think it bothered her that much. He basically wasn't horrible, but he said, you never be a friend of mine. You're too straightforward or some crap. It wasn't the worst. But either way, she came on here to have a uplifting evening. So we took care of you, Lily. You're my girl. Sam says, Lily, you're precious. We love you. He was way out of line. And yeah, sometimes autocorrect. I know. And then we're like, oh, not the right time. I had a horrible thing with an accident where one of my daughter's friends actually got killed. He was run over by a truck. It was a big kid party where they weren't supposed to be drinking and stuff. And some boys wanted to kind of fight with this one guy, and he just didn't want to have anything to do with it. So he fell asleep under a truck, his buddy's truck, thinking it would be safe. Safe from the people. He could fall asleep because he knew he was drunk, and he got run over by the truck. So he was um, like a teenager, and I was trying to reach out to the family just to send my condolences. And I started responding because I did meet him. He was like a top wrestler. And he came over to our house to hang out with my daughter. We had a big bonfire. I actually broke up this fight, took out the top wrestler. Kind of knocked them down because they got too close to the fire, boys playing around. But I started saying that I'm so glad I had a chance to meet you, or your son. But then I thought maybe as an adult that might not be appropriate because they might think something different. So I meant to delete it, but I hit enter. So it says that he passed away, and my message comes through that I'm so glad. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So luckily I could retract that, but talk about panic mode where it's like, that is not what I meant to say. So I think so too, Lily. Yeah. 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 He was, there was no instigation for him to say it. It was just out of the blue. He just picked a target, and that's the thing. This is interesting because Lily, one thing about you, and I want you to take this as a compliment, is not negative, that you have a strong personality. You have a strong personality. So he wanted to knock down your strength. So he targeted you out of all the people here. He didn't like your strength. So that's what he saw. That's why he targeted you, I think. So not a bother at all. And Basil says, very understandable. Lily says, thanks, dog. That's horrible, poor guy. And it was really sad. Just being a teenager, losing his life. And the sad thing is that it was his own buddy that ran over him and killed him. It separated his aorta, and terrible, not wise thinking, falling asleep under a truck. But the cops were called because of the house party, and that's why they took off. So he probably thought he had till morning to sleep, but when the cops came, and that's the thing, you never know what's going to happen in life, so live every moment, don't wait for your life to happen, make it happen. Because some of us, me included, sometimes we waste a lot of our precious time, endlessly scrolling through Facebook, or I spend a lot of time pacing. It's good exercise. So, yeah. And yeah, Lily, take it as a compliment. He wanted, like, you were one of the ones that would speak up. So I don't know, Nathan, John, who else? Melissa, you still here? It's good knowing who's in the room. And Dog says he picked me all the time to be rude to. Always said I was oh, that's true. Yes, he picked you up too. You're right, Dog. Yeah. Yep. And that's the thing. And why did he pick that? Why did he pick that? And the thing I think is because your name kind of sounds like canine police stuff, but you're right. He did keep calling you that. And he calls you that on more than one day, from my recollection. Yeah. Yep. And they'll just take one little thing and just go with it. And yeah, take that as a compliment. Yeah, I had, I think, I want to say at first, was somebody removing certain messages? Like, you guys can remove your own. But there was something odd going on. And I thought at first, when he first joined, that maybe he was hacking in. I can't remember. Oh, did he was it John? Was somebody, like, unable to reply? Yeah, somebody said they keep removing my messages, and this yeah, he'll be back he'll be back under a different name. You pace too, I know, endlessly, like, for no reason, like, yeah, I'm a pacer. Um, so good, yeah. I, like, know that you're still here. Ebony in the house, who else is here? Love you guys. And that's okay if you guys just want to listen to. And to Horseman too, I think. That he was giving Horseman a hard time. Um, could be crazy stuff. So we'll keep it nice and upbeat and safe for you guys. And I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. But you know, if need be, you know, I can report him as well. I reported Eric. Samantha says, I sit and rock, lol, not pace. Yeah. And that's a soothing technique, you know, rubbing your hands, different little things, playing with your hair, little things like that are self-soothing that we do 3 to 4 times easily, then told me to not ask. Yeah. Yeah. I had a vibe immediately, but just chose kindness. Yeah. And Nathan spoke up. You guys, some of you others did too, but if you feel unsafe, let me know, whether it's through email or whatever. I want to make sure that, you know, the right people are here, because I think we have a great group, and I think it's going to grow, and I'm going to have people from all over the world. I know one cool thing is my friend is going to Iceland. No, where is she going? Finland. She's going to Finland. She was just in Iceland, but she's going to Finland to research her ancestry. And she met somebody and just clicked. So it is a great group. So she just had a trust and developed a friendship, and it's kind of cool. That's how she travels. She meets somebody, just like, you know, if I wanted to go to Florida, I could ask Lily, you know, what are the safe hotels, or maybe she'd let me stay with her, or Sam, or whatever, those kind of things that we just have a vibe about people sometimes. Foot shaking at hyper speed. Yeah, that's another one too. Yep. And there's reasons we do what we do. And it's really interesting how so many people do the same kinds of things. And yeah, come here too. I don't know if you have any desire, but I'm looking for buying a house. I want a house on a pool or a lake. So if not, I have a little kid pool in my basement for the grandkids, so we could still go swimming. Yeah, I'm pretty lucky. I lived here. First 2 years I was here, I didn't realize there's a lake like right down the street, and it's really nice. Perfect. It's small enough to be warm enough, but it's big enough to be fantastically beautiful. And yes, same here, same here. Dog says, I tried to email you this video and I think I got your email incorrect. Oh, okay. So I know it's hard to spell. I'll re-enter it for you. I need to just cough up the money, and I have, like, I could do Cynthia at a soulsurvivor.com. I got a website, but I gotta write that down. See, I'm all okay. I'll do another note. So I bought soulsurvivor.com or asoulsurvivor.com. I always forget asoulsurvivor.com. And I need to probably renew it. I don't think it's expired yet. You're welcome. Looking forward to the video. But it'd be easier, you know. So what are some things that you guys are hoping for this channel? Is there some things that can help you in your healing journey? I know some of us are talking about, you know, where we can have more than one person. I got to figure out the different kinds of software that's out there, because that'd be great to, you know, do videos where, you know, I think you can sometimes have 1 up to 4 total, including me, 4 people, where we can kind of do like a rotation where some of you guys log on live, and That'd be kind of neat too to see each other. So somebody else gave me that thumbs up. I appreciate that. And I bet you it was JG that took away that thumbs up. Um, and I wonder too, when I hide them from the channel, are they going to give me a bunch of thumbs down on all my videos? I told you it's kind of interesting that not all my videos are going to be 100% thumbs up, but after him, like the recent ones that was got a thumbs down, I'm like, just wonder. So I, Mare was talking about joining tonight, and I gave her a bunch of information on when. Yeah, Sam, I would love that. I would love that. You're close enough. You can come over. There's enough room for your kids to come here too. Leela says, wouldn't it be great for all of us to meet on a cruise, 4-day cruise, eat, drink, talk, and be merry? I'm down for that. We should plan something. I got spring break coming up, or we can do a weekend. Yeah, that'd be neat. There's a way we can do that. My friend was a travel agent, and I'm not sure if he still has access to that, because we could do that. We could do something like that. You had the laptop now too. Good. And you know, as long as you have that camera and microphone, support system for everyone to feel safe, definitely. We could do that, you guys. I wouldn't mind doing that. You know, I could put that together. We could do a cruise. That'd be cool. So if you guys want to do that, we're going to have to figure that out. If you guys are down for it, even if you're watching the replay, let me know you'd be interested in that. Type that right now that you're interested, and we'll get that put together. I'm down for it. So we can plan it. Definitely. I'm down for it. We can sell candy bars for fundraisers. Maybe we can even do something like that, some kind of fundraiser. That would be cool. And like the fundraiser would be for certain little giveaways, or where we each, even me, pay our tickets, but do some special prizes or giveaways. I can give away like one-on-ones, things like that. But I have to see, that would be cool. That's getting my mind going. So I don't see anybody who said, all I see is Sam. Anybody else interested in doing that? Feel free to let me know. I hear Alaskan cruises are beautiful, but I also hear they can be cold. So where do we want to go? Where do we want to go? We could do that yearly too. That'd be cool. That would be awesome. Like all excited. You get to see me in a bikini. Uh-oh, watch out, guys. Oh, now there's your motivation for going to the gym. Who was it needed motivation to go to the gym? Would be so cool. You can be a speaker on the cruise and all expenses paid by the cruise line. Yeah, I could reach out. God, that'd be awesome. There's ways to do that kind of stuff too. Haha, we got to think. And that's the thing though. I honestly, if I get larger, it's easier to do those kind of things as opposed to, hey, I'm Cynthia. I got 50 subscribers. I'd love to do it. I got more than that. Almost 2,000 now. Almost 2,000. So that's pretty good in a year. Let's see. It's gone up. I did pretty good today on subs. But, Nameless Narcissist, he said in one day he got 200 subs. I'm like, what the heck? That's what I want. Cruises kind of scare you. I travel though to get together, and yeah, we can do something too, or you can meet us as we take off. No, we could do something. Yeah, cruises can scare some people, and that's good. Gotta be honest, communicate that. Dog says I would, but can't leave dog rescue just yet. No one to fill in for me. Yeah, that's hard. So Basil is smiling. And that's what we could do. We could do a trip around the world. We can fly to all the different places that all our viewers are. We'll start in Seattle and go down to Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania. Where else? Where are my UK friends? Doggies come first. Oh, that's true. Dixie, I don't know if Dixie would like a cruise. So there she is. You see her sleeping. Oh, look, a little pup. You haven't seen her go over to the landing back there when she's ready to go to sleep. She'll, oh, is there, guys, you see the little monkey back there? That means Dixie's showing off. Oh, look at the Dixie. Come here, Pop Pop. Yeah, you're so good. She's so slow moving. She's on a diet as of tonight. Hi, honey. Here's a little Dixie dude. Don't want my camera to knock over. Oh, Dixie. You're so good. She's so shy and lazy. Yeah. I don't know why she's scared. She's like, what? Yeah. She's on a diet. Oh, you're so good. Because she's older, her teeth are a little sensitive. So I changed her from hard food to soft food. And then at the store right by me, they don't have canned dog food. So I got to buy like, I don't know, the Rachel Ray kind of stuff. Yeah, she does sleep with me. I'm single. So yeah. Yeah, she gets to sleep with me. She's a good snuggly. Yeah, she's so chill and just wonderful. Yeah. She snores sometimes though. Give us that diet. We have a fat cat, Oogie. Yeah. So what I was saying though is, I was giving her canned food and I knew exactly how much I was giving her. Thank you for that thumbs up. Was that for me or for Dixie? But it's a bag of like crumbles. And so I don't really measure. I just pour it and I'm like, ooh, I think I'm giving her too much. She's getting a little chunk. And that's not good for them. So John says my gerbils have their own boats. I bet they do. I don't think you're being sarcastic. I think you're being real. Kalibi says I picked up my cruise ship in Denmark one time. Oh my gosh. That's cool. Is Denmark really beautiful? Dog says always. John, that is awesome. Dixie freaks if I leave. My Dixie. Yep. And my Dixie, yeah, if she knows that I'm leaving, like she can sense if I'm going on a trip. And I think she freaks out because I went to China for like a month and a half. And so when I'm at my parents' house, she's like, where are you going? Kalibi says, my last Euro cruise started in Barcelona. Oh, yeah, see, I haven't been to Europe. I've been to Canada, which is, I grew up by Detroit, so it's 20 minutes away. And then, no, it's actually from my house, like about an hour away. And then China, Canada, and I'm from the US. My gosh, nice world traveler. So I'm going to send lots of love to you guys. Thank you for those thumbs up. And yeah, we got to go see Horseman. Very true. But lots of love to you guys. I'm going to sign off for tonight and tomorrow. Probably 7 p.m. Probably 7 p.m. I got to see how my schedule goes. I'm supposed to go see my mom. I got to go grocery shopping, got to order things. Tomorrow's going to be touch and go if I can do it. I'll try to do at least an hour. So I'll notify you guys. So hit that notification bell so you don't miss a notification. And hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let's look forward to that get together somehow or some way. See you guys soon. Sleep well, guys. So yes, people are friendly. That's cool. Yeah, I'll try. But we'll see how it goes. That's nice to go to a friendly country. So good night to everybody. To Vermont. I hear Vermont is like the best place to live in the US, from what I heard. I'm not sure. All right, lots of love, guys. See you soon.